Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about what happens when you're actually nice to the narcissist. Can you make things better with that narcissist? You have to understand something. You can maybe keep peace for a little while with a narcissist by being nice to them, but the nicer you are to that narcissist, the more they're going to take advantage. The more they're going to lose respect for you because you don't have boundaries. A lot of people walk on eggshells living with a narcissist because they're afraid of the silent treatment that narcissists could give them. They're afraid of that narcissistic rage where they could punch the wall or get in their face. So they feel I'll just keep the peace. I won't say too much. The problem with that is, number one, you're compromising yourself, all right? And you're going to live in a house of unhappiness because you're always trying to please this narcissist. Even though you try to please the narcissist, the problem is when a narcissist doesn't have respect for you because you don't have a backbone and you're not standing up to the narcissist is going to treat you twice as badly, okay? Because they feel they can. People will push and try to get over by how much you let them, all right? That's why when you deal with somebody, whether it's a narcissist or not, you have to kind of train that person or teach that person how to treat you. And, if you're dealing with somebody who's really impossible to deal with, and you have strong boundaries and they just, give you the silent treatment all the time, or they walk out on you, or they start yelling and screaming, that's when you have to question the relationship and say, you know what, this isn't working. The only way to keep the peace, and that's not even keeping the peace by shutting your mouth. Even if you shut your mouth, they're still going to pick on you because they're going to find other things. Narcissists are nitpickers. They're going to complain about how the house is, if it's clean or not. They're going to complain about who you talk to. They don't like you to get friendly with anybody else. They're going to complain about the sex. They're going to complain. You can't win with a narcissist. This is why we say you need to distance yourself or disengage from a narcissist. Because when you try to please them, it's never enough for a narcissist. You have to keep in mind, nothing satisfies a narcissist. They're an empty person. They have emptiness inside themselves. And, no matter what you do, it's never enough. They always need more and more. And why is that? Because the emptiness lies within them. And the only way for them to do anything about it is to self-reflect and realize that they are the ones that, are the only ones that can make them happy. But a narcissist is never completely satisfied. And people say, well, why aren't they satisfied or anything like that? Because they always expect more, all right? A narcissist is always looking for the next best thing. A narcissist is deep down a miserable person, an insecure person, and, there's nothing that's going to make them feel better. This all stems from their childhood because of, not being validated as a child or not getting that love and affection. Maybe they were the type of child that needed that extra attention, because two people can live in a narcissistic household with a narcissistic parent, and one of the children can become narcissistic and the other one may not become narcissistic. And why does the other one not become narcissistic? Because they're self-aware. They see the toxicity, sorry, you guys. They see the toxicity with that narcissistic parent and they say, you know what, that's not right. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to hurt people for my own advantage. They respect other people's feelings, okay? And then you have the child that says, you know what? I'm going to treat people the way I got treated. Life isn't fair. The world isn't fair, and I'm going to get mine. So the thing is, you guys, you have to look at somebody's background and everything like. So the big thing with the narcissist, you guys, is that no matter how much you do for that narcissist, how much you try to please them, they don't appreciate anything, okay? They don't appreciate the good things in their life, because if they did, they'd be satisfied. But they don't appreciate it. And that's why they're always looking for something better. They're looking for, a come up somewhere. They don't appreciate the fact that they have their health. They don't appreciate the fact of whatever things they have. They don't appreciate their children. They only appreciate what gives them instant gratification, money, material things, praise, sex. Narcissists are filled with pride, okay? They're not humble people. So, somebody with pride feels like the world owes them something. And the more that you do for that narcissist, it's not going to make a difference. If anything, you're going to get treated worse than you did when you had your strong boundaries, because the narcissist is going to have even less respect for you. Narcissists don't respect others, okay? If they did, they would show kindness. For example, if they're online at a restaurant and they cut the line and they feel like they deserve to go ahead of you, all right? If they respected others, they would respect other people's feelings and not cut the line. They wouldn't cut you off in driving in a highway or cut in front of you on an exit ramp off a highway or something like that. But these people, they feel it's a dog-eat-dog world, and, everybody's doing it. If they don't do it, somebody else is going to do it to them. And this is why a lot of them cheat too, because they don't trust. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, the key thing to remember is these people don't trust. They feel that you're going to eventually, if you haven't already, do them dirty. They didn't trust you from the beginning of the relationship. They don't trust with money. They don't trust that you're loyal or anything. They may pretend and say, oh yeah, no, I know you're loyal. Oh, I know you, I could trust you and everything. But deep down, that narcissist always has a worry. They're never at ease. They're always guarded. And especially a covert narcissist is completely guarded, okay? This is why you can't communicate with a covert narcissist. This is why you can't get close with a covert narcissist, because of that wall, okay? And, it's when you deal with a covert narcissist, you are never united with that person. Covert narcissists don't unite. They divide, okay? And you'll see them in families. They're the ones that divide the family. They're the ones that don't make peace. They don't want the others to be friendly with each other because they're afraid of the strength that they will have, and it will make them feel isolated and alone. So rather, they isolate you and make you feel alone by not uniting the family, okay? And they kiss up to the ones that have money, all right? They're all about the money. So here's the thing. You have to understand, when you get involved with a narcissist, these people, they don't look at it like when they marry you, you're the end of the world, okay? That this is the relationship and I made a commitment and I'm going to follow all these principles of morals and everything. Narcissists don't have morals and values, period, dot, end of story, okay? So if they don't have morals and values, how do you expect them to follow your boundaries? They're not going to do it, all right? The only time a narcissist will, compromise themselves is if they feel they're really going to lose something, all right? They're only with you for some kind of purpose, whatever purpose it could be. You could be a security blanket for them. Now, people sit here and they say, well, narcissists are married for years and everything like that. They could stay with somebody. That narcissist may stay with somebody, but I guarantee you they're talking or maybe having situationships on the side, all right? They always have something going on the outside that their partner doesn't know about, okay? They keep secrets. Narcissists are all about secrets. They're not transparent people, all right? So they have this outlook that, the world is, they're on to the thing, they're on to the game, and you are naive and you are stupid. Narcissists look at other people that are, very transparent or truthful. They look at you as stupid. I hate to tell you that, but that's the truth. Because they feel like, well, you're stupid to leave yourself vulnerable like that. You're leaving yourself up for attack. You're a stupid person, all right? And they think that they're so clever, and especially the covert narcissist, all right, you guys? The covert narcissist thinks they are so much more clever than you because they don't let you know what they're thinking, okay? And they feel like, you know what? I'm going to get you back in a passive-aggressive, indirect way, and you won't even see it coming. And I'm going to triangulate and use other people against you to gang up against you and not like you, all right? Or I'm going to discredit your character and make you look like a mental nut because you react when I lie to you, blatantly lie to you. And they sit there with a smirk on their face and that covert narcissistic stare because deep down, they're sadistic, okay? They get joy out of seeing you suffer. And people say, well, why do they get joy out of seeing people suffer? Because misery loves company. And you're dealing with a miserable person. You're not dealing with somebody who's got the Holy Spirit within them that wants to do good and has good and kindness in their heart. You're dealing with an evil demon that, wants to hurt you in order to make themselves feel better. And that's just a fact, okay? If you're a spiritual person, you will see beyond this and you will see the true evil in these people because these people don't speak the truth. God is all about the truth and a narcissist is not about the truth. So what does that tell you, okay? Satan is about lies. A narcissist is about lies. So you've got to think outside the box when you're dealing with these people. And the problem is when you're young and you're naive, you're not taught these things in school. You think, everybody's a good person or, when somebody's nice, they're a nice person. No, they could be a nice person because they want something out of you. They're manipulating you and they're playing on your emotions. And this is exactly what a narcissist does during love bombing. They are playing on your emotions. They are manipulating you, using you. They are users to get whatever supply that you have that they want. Money, sex, a place to live, or just to know that you are sweating them. You're feeding their ego. You're talking to them when they're bored at their job. You're filling in their time and they're breadcrumbing you, okay? So, the way you got to deal with a narcissist is, number one, you got to be able to spot them, all right? Go back and listen to my other podcasts about how to spot a narcissist. Once you recognize that you're dealing with a toxic person, all right? In other words, they dismiss you. This is what covert narcissists do, you guys. They will dismiss you. They don't come out and tell you, I don't like you. What they'll do is they'll ignore you, all right? You'll say something and they won't validate you. But they are the ones who want to be validated, but they won't validate anybody else. Why? Because they don't want to give anybody else that power. Covert narcissists are very envious, they're very jealous, and they're competitive, all right? So they don't want to give you that power. So understand this. Being nice to these people is not, it may keep a little bit of calmness, and especially when you're dealing with a malignant narcissist who can be violent, sometimes you have to appease that narcissist because there's a threat of violence until you can get out of there, all right? When you deal with a malignant narcissist, you never, you guys, tell them that you are leaving. That is when you are in most danger. That's when you see these cases, these crime stories on Dateline in 48 hours of these people that got murdered because they told the malignant narcissist they were leaving them and that person snapped, okay? and they end up dead. So you never ever tell a malignant narcissist or a violent narcissist like that you're ever going to leave them. You leave in silence and you have a plan and you get to safety, all right? So in that case, you have to appease them till you can get out, all right? But in general, no, you're not going to make it better with that narcissist. They're just going to push the goalpost. Each time you're nice, they're going to push a little further. The nicer that you are to them, the more they're going to talk down to you. The more they're going to criticize, judge you. Why? Because you took it. You took it. You didn't check them, all right? You could check a narcissist, and some narcissists may hold back a little bit and realize, oh, I got to watch myself with you, because narcissists know who they can push and who they can't, all right? They've sized you up. They studied you. Narcissists are very good at analyzing people. They've studied you from day one. They know who you are, what you're about, and they study you so they know how to manipulate you. So the point that I'm trying to say is some narcissists may back off a little bit when you put up that strong boundary, and some may not give a fuck, all right? Because they're so damn entitled and they don't care. And why don't they care? Because they have other options, all right? The more options that a narcissist is able to have, the more independent that narcissist is, and the worse that narcissist is going to treat you, okay? So understand that, it's like supply and demand. When a narcissist has a lot of supply out there, they're not going to be bound by your boundaries, okay? Nothing is going to hold them down. But when a narcissist has limited amount of supply, they may back off a little bit to some of your boundaries, but in general, a narcissist is going to do what they want, you guys, all right? So when you realize, getting back to the point, when you realize that you're dealing with somebody toxic, the only thing that you could do is to distance yourself. You can't sit there and reason with a narcissist. You can't sit there and try to, I used to do this all the time with my ex. I used to sit there, I can't tell you for how many years, trying to connect with this covert narcissist, only to be met with a blank stare and someone telling me, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm happy. Completely gaslighting me, because he couldn't be transparent and say that there was a problem with his family. So we lived in this fantasy world of pretending everything is okay when it wasn't. There was always an undercurrent of unhappiness in the house because I could never connect with that covert narcissist because they had a wall up, all right? No matter how nice I could have been to that person, they didn't trust me because they were conditioned not to trust. Period, dot, end of story. And you guys, I'm telling you, listen to me when I tell you, it is a hopeless cause with these people, okay? Because, they are molded to who they are. A lot of them also have the flying monkeys in their ear telling them they're right, and these flying monkeys are covert narcs as well, and they're usually working against you. It is a no-win fucking situation. The only winning is getting away from it and distancing yourself from it, okay? So being nice to the narcissist is not going to make a difference, except it's going to, make you be treated a lot worse in time, because you're going to be viewed as weak. You're going to be viewed as insecure. You're going to be viewed as stupid. And the narcissist, even though they don't respect anybody, they're going to have even less respect for you, because they're going to say to themselves, either you're very, very stupid and naive to let them get away with what they're getting away with, okay? Or, you're desperate. You're putting up with this because you're desperate. So your value in the narcissist's eyes by being overly nice to them is going to go down, all right? Is going to go down. They might be happy because they could get away with what they want to get away with, but the way they perceive you and look at you is they're going to look down on you as a weak person, all right? And Here's the thing, whether it's a narcissist or not, a person can't love you unless they respect you. I'm done, you guys. This is the key to relationships, is respect. And if that person doesn't respect you, they will never, ever, ever, ever love you, okay? My father told me this years ago when I was getting engaged to my first boyfriend, and I was like, what is he talking about? And now I understand exactly what he meant, all right? So narcissists don't respect their partners because people that respect you don't lie to you. People that respect you will be truthful with you, okay? People that respect you won't cheat on you. People that respect you will not keep secrets or hide things from you, okay? So respect and trust go hand in hand. And a narcissist has no trust, so they're going to have no respect, and they're going to have no respect for you by being overly nice to them. Best thing to do is fly the flag and say, let me get the hell out of here. I'm never, ever going to get anywhere with this person. Narcissists don't resolve conflict. They gaslight you. They try to confuse you. They try to make you think you're the problem, or they don't acknowledge the problem. If you can't acknowledge the problem, you can never, ever, ever fix the problem. And this is why you will have years of misery with a narcissist, because they won't acknowledge the problem. They sweep it under the rug, or they want to move. Let's move forward. You hear this a lot. Oh, let's just move forward. Can we move forward from here? You can't move forward unless you acknowledge the problem of the past, because it's going to come up again and again and again and again, all right? But see, narcissists don't want to do that, and especially covert narcissists. They love to sweep it under the rug, and then it's going to happen again, okay? Because they don't want to take accountability. They can't deal with shame, so they want you to forget about it. And that's why they say, why do you keep bringing up the past? Well, you're bringing up the fucking past because you're not owning what you did. You're not acknowledging the past. And what does that mean if you won't take accountability? That means you're going to do it again, all right? So, you guys, all right, I'm preaching this morning to the choir. Here's the thing, you guys. You got to respect yourself, all right? You got to respect yourself. And that means that you see any kind of shady shit going on, you got to step back from it. You don't need to explain yourself to that narcissist and say, you said this and you're a liar. The narcissist doesn't care, all right? You're not going to get anywhere with them because they're not listening to you. They only want to hear what they want to hear. So you got to fly that flag and say, oh, I'm dealing with a toxic person. Nothing ever will get through to them. I need to get away from this bullshit right here because, they won't own the truth. They won't take accountability. They don't appreciate me as a person. They are just a miserable person, and you know what? They're going to take me down with them, and I'm not going to allow that to happen because I respect myself, and I respect the fact that people should treat me a certain way. And this is why you got to know your boundaries. See, people don't know their boundaries. You got to know what you'll accept and what you won't, all right? When somebody does something dirty to you, all right, they lie to you, or, they do something that break your boundary, you give them one warning. If they do it again, they are history, they are RIP. Because if you allow it, it's going to keep happening over and over again. You've got to step back from it, all right? You give them one warning, and either they're going to respect it or they're not, all right? So most narcissists won't because, they may do it for a little while, but they'll always go back to their old ways, their old pattern of behavior. So the best thing to do is disengage and get away from this person. If you can't, you have minimal contact, you gray rock them, you don't get emotional, you step back from it. But what you don't do is kiss the narcissist's ass, all right? You don't do that, because when you do that, you are feeding that narcissist and you're making them into a
bigger monster than they are, okay? Because now they know they've got control over you. Not only that, I got to bring one last point, you guys. If you constantly are nice to that narcissist, you are compromising yourself, and you know what's going to happen to you? You're going to get depression, you're going to get anxiety, and you're going to have to live under the dictatorship of that narcissist, which is horrible. You want to live under a dictator? I don't want to live under a dictator, okay? So you know what? It takes courage to stand up to the narcissist and say, you know what? No. You got to check them and tell them, no, that's not flying with me. Either you own it or there is nothing left to talk about. I'm out of here, okay? So I hope that helps you guys. If it does, please hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast and have a great day.
If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP 123 and also on Instagram, The Game EXP 123. Okay? And have a great day.